Hi everyone. So today I have an amazing video and recently ZONOS was released and this is basically a text to speech model which is insanely good and can actually mimic emotions as well. So before moving forward, this is completely free. You can run it on your own device. So I am running this on my 4060 RTX 4060 laptop and it needs 6 GB of VRAM. That's it. It is pretty fast. Before we move forward, I'll just show one example and then I'll show you how to install and how to run it.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
So this is the quality, and as you can see that this is pretty good. Like it doesn't feel like automated like TTS voice. And remember one thing, this voice is actually cloned and I'll show you how you can do that. Like ZONOS has the capability to clone from a sample and you can use that voice for any text. So here you can see in the installation, firstly, if you have Docker and everything, you can try this installation with Docker, but I have found a easier way, that is basically by using Pinocchio. Now if you want to just try it out for once, you can see here they mentioned it, there is a playground. So in Zephyr playground you can sign in and you will find that you get I think around 100 minutes that you can generate. So if you just want to try it out once or twice to see whether it is good enough for you or not, you can try this. But other than that, what you can do is that here in Pinocchio, you can come to Pinocchio and download it and install it, right? So here you see there are lots and lots of different apps that you can use. So basically everything, open web UI and Hunyuan video, you can use anything. Everything that is related to AI is there, even Conf UI as well, and it creates one click installation very easy. So it would install everything that is needed for Zonos, and I'll show you in Pinocchio how you can install it. Here you can see we are in Pinocchio. So you would not have this because I have already installed this. So basically you would see this screen when you open Pinocchio. Here you see there is the Discover tab, and in Discover tab there are verified scripts and community scripts. So verified scripts are completely safe. Here you can find anything and it is just one click basically. So I'll come to Zonos. Here you can see there is the download, and once you click, because I have already downloaded it, once you click on download, you'll see there will be an option. It will just ask for permissions and keep on installing whatever is needed. So once it has been done, you go to the home screen and Zonos will be present. You just click on it. In the left side, you can see there are many things. So initially what I'll do is that, let me stop this. Basically here you can see there are the files, configuration and anything. You do not need to do anything. You can update later on if you want, but here you can see the start button. When you come to start, click on start and this section will change. Now you can see there is terminal, so it will show everything that is going on in the terminal, and then after this runs there will be an open web UI with the complete UI. Here you can see this is the open web UI, and if you want to see anything, the logs or anything, you can come to terminal to see what is happening here. So this is the web UI and it can take some seconds, but it will be here. So this is everything and I'll explain everything one by one. So this optional prefix audio, continue from this audio, just keep it as it is. You can see this is something blank, but I guess it somehow helps. The model that is installed here is only one, the transformer. There is also another model which is the hybrid one. It is slightly faster, but the thing is when you are using Pinocchio, you get the transformer one. And this too is pretty fast, and I'll generate and I'll show you the real-time speed as well. So here what I would do is that I'll just let's say I'll come here and get some codes. So I'll copy this, coming back to Pinocchio. You don't know about real loss because it only occurs when you have loved something more than you love yourself. Now, for this is the part where you can upload any sample for cloning. So, I have some clones, I have some samples. One of them is Deep Male, and this is actually the voice sample of a YouTuber called Cops Husband.
To provide context, I'm a registered nurse in a
As you can see, so here, firstly, will not change anything, and I'll just generate once. The first time takes a little bit longer. As you can see, this is real time. I am not editing the speed, so you can see the final speed.
You don't know about real loss because it only occurs when you've loved something more than you love yourself.
So as you can see, the quality is pretty good, and if you compare with the sample,
Small to mid-sized rural. You don't know about real.
so you can see the cloning is pretty good. Like it is not exactly same, but it's okay. Like it gets the texture and it gets the natural vibe to it. Now there are some things. Firstly, that I would like to mention is that the most safe language for English is ENUS. But sometimes this ENGBXRP provides interesting results. So you can try on with it. This has a tendency that it can eat up some words, so some words will not be audible. But sometimes it gives a very different pronunciation. So let's generate, and now you can see that it is quite fast. Like I'm using it on 8 GB VRAM graphic card, but even on 6 GB VRAM it would be pretty fast.
You don't know about real loss because it only occurs when you've loved something more than you love yourself.
So as you can see, it seems pretty good. Another one that you can try is this one that I have found gives pretty interesting results. Again, the most safe one is ENUS. You can just try EN029.
You don't know about real loss because it only occurs when you've loved something more than you love yourself.
So as you can see that it kind of changes the pronunciation, and sometimes it does not feel good. But then again, when you use it, because I have been using this for like 2 days now, and for some particular sentences you will find that this goes pretty well. So just a thought, and ENUS is pretty safe. Here you can see the speaking rate is basically the speed, and this is the pitch standard, so you can play on with it to change in the pitch variations. This Fmax hertz is basically the quality, and don't change it. It provides good results. Again, the generation minimum P. If you have ever used Silly Tavern or anything, you would understand what like this is. So, and we are obviously randomizing the seed. In most of the cases, you would not need to change all of this. So I have seen that this is like the best. You can also try with your own voice. So this is something. Now here is something pretty important. As you can see, some things are when we check on the emotion, these are unconditional keys. So how it works is that whichever you check is not taken into consideration while generating. So because I have checked the emotion, by default it would be checked. So whatever sliders we are using here, it will not be taken into consideration, and the model will try to figure it out on its own. So if I write something like go to hell, right? And I'll generate the audio, the emotion is checked.
Go to hell.
You can see that it kind of changes how it speaks based on what is there. Now, if I remove it and I'll go to the previous sentence, now it is being controlled by this. So I'll generate one by one to make you understand what is happening, like with full happiness. You can actually set and control which of the emotions you want the best. And I'll also use another voice, so don't worry.
You don't know about real loss, because it only occurs when you've loved something more than you love yourself.
So this was one emotion, and if I reduce this, right, and I increase the sadness,
You don't know about real loss, because it only occurs when you've loved something more than you love yourself.
so you can see that this seems pretty good. Now I'll keep it the same, the emotion, and let it figure out what's happening. Now, one thing which I have noticed is that if I try a sample in different language, it does not translate very well. So this is something from anime.
90円で買ったネタだし、まあいっか。
I exactly don't know what she's saying, but I think like obviously it is in Japanese, and this is the voice sample. So I'll generate. And in my previous testings, I have seen that when you are using the sample in different language, it cannot take like consider the vocal tone and then translate it into English. Like there are some problems in that.
You don't know about real loss, because it only occurs when you've loved something more than you love yourself.
So as it is trying to copy the vocal tone, but it also I think copies how you speak, like how we pause and how we like continue. So it doesn't seem very good. But I have another female voice. Here you can see.
She was lying on the red sofa in the living room in Josh's place.
Now if I use this, so it would be better, because the sample is in English and I'm trying to generate in English. So always try to do that.
You don't know about real loss, because it only occurs when you've loved something more than you love yourself.
And just for testing purpose, I'll take another one as well. So let's take, this is something pretty famous. So you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So let's see. I'll generate this.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
So this is the one, and again, like you can try with different ones. So if I take this one, this language, EN029.
We had to die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
You can see that this was not good. So let's again try this one. It just gives some.
You
interesting
won't either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
So you can see it is like saying it as live, not live. So I think the best one would be ENUS, right? So this is the one, and try it on. And if you have any kind of doubts or problems, mention it in the comment section below. You'll get the links in the description box, and I'll try to reply you guys as soon as possible. Thank you.